We are penguin sisters. Don't mind me always starting this opening.
This is Gizmo Penguin.
And this is Elven Penguin. Yes, we're not gaslighting you. It's true.
No,
It's always was true.
it's not gaslighting. No. No, you're wrong.
Okay, for new people, I'm an Elven Penguin.
I'm Gizmo Penguin.
And we are awkward.
Yeah, we just did a try not to cringe video. And we may have become the top cringiest video. So
Welcome. Today we reacted to more cringe, but
yeah.
unfortunately this cringe is a reality.
The title of the video is Japan's new problem, Butsukari, but it's not a new problem.
Yeah, it's not. It
Yeah.
has been there for a while. I encountered it in my own experience.
It is very weird. You guys will find out what it is in a moment, but I will say in advance, I am amazed by how many, especially Japanese salarymen, how many of them seem so eager to do it. It's very weird. We are reacting to parties. I'm so sorry if I've said that wrong. We'll put it on the screen. This is his video. But he is wrong. It's not a new problem. He's wrong about that. So we're curious what he will say about it. Let's see.
Japan has a new problem. Harassment of people and physical assaults are increasing day by day. For a while, it seemed like Kasuhara, better known as customer harassment, where people abuse retail workers due to their inability to fight back, was the biggest problem. But things got even worse once chikan, men who sexually harass young girls, became a problem so big that even separating men and women during the rush hour wasn't enough to stop it.
Come on, you only do one car
Yeah.
or two max. And it's only on rush hour, which is like, for some companies it's even outside of rush. So if you want to board if you're female and want to board the
Yeah.
train, it's sometimes impossible because like, it's packed.
Yeah, Elven
This-
means the women-only cars. There are like one or two only. And yeah,
It's not separation. And yeah, like I've heard like the man was like, oh, we're like, oh, so where's the men cars? And yeah, I think they deserve those.
yeah, sure.
Like I don't understand why it wasn't invented yet.
Have you ever had to deal with chikan?
Not in, well, allegedly, I don't know. Was something weird, something was off. And once it wasn't even in Japan.
Oh my goodness. I've actually had to deal with chikan multiple times when I was younger, earlier 20s. It's horrible. It's so dehumanizing. I mean, it's sexual assault. Like, I was in Shinjuku Station, and I was just crouched down to, like, get something out of my bag, and as I was getting up, the guy walked by and did this to my ass. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me think about another case. I'm sorry for
Oh,
interrupting, but I was walking on the lonely street. It was evening, it wasn't late evening. And some guy was passing by on the bicycle and... my arse.
It's always, well, not always
I'm
ass,
laughing, but
don't-
it's not
It's
funny,
not-
to be honest.
Donkey. I was in Donkey. I'd gotten these beautiful new pants that looked like a skirt because they like flow out. I was so like happy wearing them. And then the guy comes up, grabs my ass, and walks by and turns around and looks at me and goes, because he knew I was shocked and felt terrorized. I was like frozen with horror. I hated those pants after that. It was so fucking sad.
Sad.
I've seen chikan going after schoolgirls, like right fracking in front of me. So yeah, it's a problem. By the way, the poor guy where we paused the video, he's like, oh.
Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, a third form of harassment has now emerged in Japan. Japan is often seen as one of the safest and most polite countries in the world. And while that has historically been true, recently something has happened that has changed everything. This didn't happen overnight, since for a long time Japan has been boiling underneath. Decades of social pressure, overwork.
What the fuck was that? What was it? It was assault. It wasn't Butsukari, it just was purpose.
Butsukari is more like the shoulder, like
Yeah.
intentional shoulder slam, but that lady actually assaulted the other one.
Yeah. And then also followed her and screamed at her.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
But guys, mental health is not taken seriously enough in Japan. A lot of stigma. If you do seek mental health, a lot of stigma. So I think there are probably quite a few Japanese people who are really suffering mental health issues and too afraid to get help.
Or don't get it.
Yeah, or
Because
just don't.
the system is...
Crap, yeah, that's true. The system is garbage anyway.
National repression have created a large group of people who feel invisible in Japanese society and powerless to control their lives, which eventually leads them to take out their anger on innocent people around them. These are called Butsukari.
I'm so sorry to pause it again. Elvin knows this already. It's usually the salarymen and they usually target women.
Yeah.
Because, of course, they are too cowardly to target other men. They might get hit. They might start a fight and actually get hit. They know, especially Japanese women are so much smaller than them. Mm-hmm. You saw, he was hitting all women. The two guys were hitting women. And we've experienced it so many fucking times. It's just such cowardice.
Yeah.
Misogyny and cowardice. It's disgusting.
Yeah, apparently they choose, even between women, they choose the one that looks fragile. So, won't be resistant, possibly.
Cowards. Do it to a big guy.
Yeah, choose somebody of your choice.
Butsukari are people who physically assault
he
random
did it.
bypassers
Oh,
during
this is
rush hour
different.
when there are many people around
Jesus.
and they can quickly vanish
is
into the
different.
crowd. These random attacks usually happen inside train stations during the mornings when the crowds are massive and people are in hurry. Times like these
Poor
are an
lady.
opportunity for
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
That guy was the most disgusting. He was just going in a line like, gotta catch 'em all, da-da-da-da-da, Pokemon.
Butsukari to attack someone in the crowd and quickly escape from the crime scene before the victim or anyone else has time to react. The most common way for Butsukari to assault people is to slam onto them with their shoulder as hard as they can in the crowd. This is even where their name comes from, since Butsukari in English basically means a slammer. However, the term Butsukari is essentially an umbrella term for all the people who physically assault random bypassers in the crowd. These can include kicking someone or something, pushing people around, and any other form of physical contact.
But that one I understand. The guy's head was to the back of his head was to the camera. He's one of the nuisance streamers. So I understand why the Japanese were going after him. That guy's horrible. He purposely agitates Japanese people. He is actually the same guy, if I'm not mistaken, who tried to drag that poor Japanese girl to a love hotel against her will. And then her boyfriend came out and assaulted him. It was so fucking funny. Those cases, I'm okay with. Sonna Butsukari.
Some Butsukari even go as far as causing permanent damage to their victims, like in the case that happened in Tamachi Station recently. A man who was on his way to work was approached by a stranger walking on the wrong side of the road. This stranger then forcefully slammed onto the man and continued walking. After the victim had turned his back to the situation, he could hear the man running towards him from behind, and as he turned his head to look, he was sucker punched to the head by the stranger who slammed onto him. The stranger then grabbed the man by the collar and started kicking him to the head with his knee while shouting, "Don't underestimate us local people." After the altercation, the victim was then rushed to the hospital where he had to spend 2 weeks due to his injuries.
I don't know. For me, it's more random and like maniac, like the same
Yeah.
thing when people take knife and kill people in the subways, which
Yeah.
also happened like in Tokyo as well.
Yeah.
I don't believe like Butsukari, which escalates to something like that, is a little bit more aggression act, in my book.
Yeah. Maybe it's the perfect opportunity to say one of my Butsukari stories. Not so long ago, probably 2019. I was going off to an acting program that Elvin and I were doing together. I was a little bit late, so I was in a rush. I was on my phone trying to tell the director I'm going to be there shortly. I was on the correct side of the road. You walk on the left side. And I saw this big man also on the left side. He should have been on the opposite side, coming towards me, but I thought he's going to move for sure because I'm on the correct side and I have to quickly send this off. He didn't. I looked up on time to see him looking directly at me, and of course, slam! It hurt so fucking bad. But the funny thing is, even though it hurt and he did kind of send me sideways, he stopped, turned around. I think he was going to try to hurt me, like fight me, because he started like yelling at me. But the fucker was so fucking stupid. His big ass tripped over a low bar and he fell into some bushes.
Yeah, that's the bastard.
He was a big guy too. Very big guy. Ooh, I'm sorry.
I had this kind of experience. It was no people at all, and it was like not small street.
Oh.
With this car road, but yeah, I was walking the part, like pedestrian part, and there's a guy approaching, and without saying anything, I don't think I was on phone or anything. I was just walking, and he just slams into me and goes away. But he gave so bad vibes that I wouldn't even object because who knows who he was. It's creepy. It was a time when salarymen are at work, so. It wasn't a common person.
He had a suit?
No.
Oh.
That's why I was like, whatever. It hurt badly, but whatever. And recently, like, I was on my phone. I was standing waiting for the lights. And I started walking, but I am aware about my surroundings. So, and I turn my attention to the road, and there's a guy looking at me very, like, creepily. And really creepily. But since I caught his eyes, he probably just...
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe it was this sort of like teaching the Gaijin. If somebody was coming from behind, I understand them being aggressive or something, but I wasn't slow, I wasn't fast, I was in the same rhythm as the crowd.
They're horrible, and like we said, they target women. I wonder if... Like, I want to say, like, be careful if you come here, as especially foreign women. But at the same time, there's an image in Japan that foreign women are very strong. So maybe these guys would be mostly afraid to do... Well, based on our experiences, maybe not.
I don't know, I don't remember who she was. Like, I randomly spotted the small video, I don't even remember which platform, of Vietnamese girl who was describing this. And she was like, like targeted, like, because I guess, Asian women in general are small and look fragile, so I guess...
It makes me so angry because it's such an unmanly thing to do. It's like such a worm thing to do. Not Butsukari, Butsukari.
Well,
personality.
Busu and kari. Kari is a hunt, so it's a little bit different, weird meaning behind.
No, just take out the kari. Put busu.
Yep.
Since Butsukari are a well-known epidemic in Japan, and it's only getting worse day by day. According to a survey, 14% of people in Japan have been victims of a Butsukari. However, some online surveys show even higher numbers. Most of these cases happen in large cities, and there's a clear correlation.
Well, teenagers, I think between teenagers is common thing when boys do it, because you see the boys.
True.
Yeah, I think in schools they do it, bullies do it to the other guys and girls. So.
I was gonna say, if these big-ass guys are attacking children as well, that says everything.
Yeah.
No, you're right, though. Yeah, that's definitely school bully behavior. Bullying is very bad in Japan. Also doesn't get taken seriously.
The bigger the city, the more Butsukari there are. One of the most common excuses by Butsukari is that they're fighting against so-called mahou, people who walk while looking at their smartphones. When confronted, many of them claim they're just teaching a lesson to the people glued to their phones, but in reality, it's just an excuse to justify random aggression. The interesting and unsurprising thing in all of this is that there seems to be a higher chance of getting assaulted the smaller in stature you are, which is why most of the victims are young women.
Yeah, because like, yeah, understand that I am live it with people who walking and walking slow and block the path, suddenly stop and you.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I hate to walk behind these people, but yeah, and I try not to watch my phone, but sometimes you need to find them up, like if you're in a hurry or something. If I knew that I'm blocking somebody or something, I walk fast. And I see, like, my vision, I have ADHD, so my attention is everywhere. It's not like,
look, there she goes.
So this kind of shit happened to me.
Women are the main victims of Butsukari, as can even be seen in all of these videos that I found online. There also seems to be a higher chance of getting assaulted the younger you are, and many times the attacks can be just as vicious even if you're young.
Is she foreigner?
Oh, maybe she was. I could believe it.
Yeah, and she was scared and tried like distance.
Poor lady.
Yeah.
I mean, even the one on the street, she got smacked so freaking hard.
Yeah.
And these guys, too, they know. It's like the foreign guys who come here, the nuisance streamers who come here. A lot of Japanese women, a lot of Japanese people in general are not going to make any trouble. They're not going to say anything because they don't want to make any trouble. So these types of people are taking advantage of that for sure.
To be honest, like, I remember once I had something very heavy in my bag. I carried it near me, but somebody decided to go through it. Instant karma for them. I'm sorry.
We used to talk about putting spikes on our shoes and like shoulders. So if they tried that shite, they're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah, I mean, that's awful. Like,
I can understand that you're like so stressed and in such a bad place in your life that you hate everyone. I get that. But to not feel any guilt after doing it is so bizarre to me. To not feel any guilt of even the thought of doing it is bizarre to me. To be honest with you, I don't like people. I'll just say it. I don't generally like people. There's such a lack of common sense in the world, so it's only increased my dislike of people.
Some microaggressions are justified by this person has a phone. Same as NHK. You have television or you have a socket. That makes we can charge you.
That's so crazy. The lack of conscience is bizarre. It's so crazy. I can't imagine there's that many psychopaths in Japan alone, but I don't know how, especially be a repeat person doing this.
Well, sociopaths, I guess. Because oppression and stuff, narcissism.
Yeah. This is another maybe dark side of Japan that I've noticed. Especially, I noticed it right during and right after the big earthquake, March 2011. There is a feeling like every man for himself. And I remember, because I'd had such a different impression of Japan, at that time that was my first year in Japan, I was devastated. Like, there was a woman and her baby screaming, and they could easily have been hit by there was a tree standing nearby, everything was shaking. They could easily have been hit by that. The baby was screaming, the woman was screaming. I saw the salarymen coming out and looking at her, but they're all just protecting themselves, not even trying to help her. And just like nobody helping each other. The Tohoku people were amazing. They were so incredible during that time, but the Tokyo people were very selfish. He did say, like, the bigger the city, the bigger this problem. In Tokyo, I can feel very much like people are only looking out for themselves and do not like anyone else. That can be quite a cold feeling. Let's say that.
But let's have a positive. I have at least 2 cases when random people helped me, and there was salaryman. Like, once I was tourist, I guess, like, before I came, or maybe I just started to, I started to study in Japanese school, and I think our teacher said, like, if you're lost and need some directions or anything, do not ask salaryman. They are busy, they will not, stop, just, like, try to see somebody, like, female or somebody, like, who doesn't look in rush. Few days after that, I was like completely lost, like, and I had no smartphone back then or no internet outside, so I was like, I have no idea where I am. It was empty street, so I see this person going, and I was just like, help! And he passes through, and I was like, oh no! And suddenly, I hear they stopped, and I turned my head, and they stopped and looked at me. I was like, please help me.
That's sweet.
and they helped. Another time was like my skin on feet is very sensitive, so I get shoe sores early. I was like walking in some random place, like it's near Harajuku, but it's not near the station. And I was like already dying of pain. Somebody was just like, they just come along, they put their bag, they take it out, they take some tape for skin, give it to me, close their bag, they just leave.
That's amazing. Little fairy godmother, fairy godfather.
So yeah, there is good people, but under the stress and pressure of Japanese culture, I don't blame them for being so close.
But this every man for himself kind of feeling, unless the person is racist and hates foreigners, I feel like it's Japanese people towards other Japanese people. Generally, that's the feeling I get. It might be changing because such an influx of foreigners are coming and a lot are causing problems, so it might be changing. But I feel like generally, unless they're a racist Japanese person, they will help you and be kind. And if they don't speak English, they'll like still try to help. But it's very sweet. The feeling I have is it's Japanese towards Japanese.
Good point.
Another recent case, a young woman was stopped at the station by a man telling her she was getting in his way. When the man got the woman's attention, he then punched her in the chest, which caused her to break her rib cage. Most of the Butsukari seem to be older men, and since they tend to attack women and smaller people, to me it seems like these are troubled people with anger issues who then take their anger out to people in the most pussy way possible. By secretly slamming onto people much smaller than them because they're too cowardly to face their issues or their victims. The problem with trying to stop these Butsukari is that since they do it quickly and silently in a crowd while also pretending it's an accident, it's essentially almost impossible to convict them. Even though it does count as a physical assault, it's hard to prove intent to their slamming, and unless it's caught on camera or the Butsukari confesses, they pretty much always walk free. If we just search shoulder check Japan on Reddit, we will be greeted with many posts like this. Recently, I went on an 8-day trip to Tokyo, but throughout those 8 days, I've been shoulder checked 1+ times 5 out of 8 of those days. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen to you.
Poor thing.
That's brutal. But we can't say, like, we don't know if this person acted fine or not. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they were who were, like, making them bigger in the crowd, so they
True.
actually got accidentally, seriously accidentally.
Maybe they gave like well, you can't help like your facial expressions sometimes. Maybe they accidentally gave a dirty look, or they have resting biatch face, and that would be horrible, the poor bastard.
Sucks to get hurt, yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. You try to take a trip to Japan and enjoy a totally different world, and yeah, they're getting a shoulder checked every day.
Yeah, but why you say check?
I think it comes from sports. Yeah, we use it for sports when you're kind of slamming into the other person.
I only think
American
about
football?
rugby. This
Oh yeah, rugby for sure. You're right, rugby, American football. I think hockey as well. I think that's where I first heard it.
The Czechs and Slovaks will make another tumult.
The point is, it happens. It became so frequent that my family began to also retaliate by shoulder checking back the individuals. Now, I understand the feeling, and to be honest, I would probably...
In the middle of the Reddit post, they said the Chinese person. Oh.
And if they fight back like that, like lowering themselves to the level of the oppressor or aggressor, it's not nice.
Oh.
I mean, I have this wish. Okay, this person hits me. Would love to
Yeah.
do it back, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
yeah, and it was like I feel this like urge, but I understand why would I want to hurt other people?
Yeah. It's probably the injustice of just randomly getting picked to get harassed like that and not being able to do anything about it. It's a horrible feeling. Man, we've seen people get brutalized in this video.
Yeah, I mean, I still can't understand why they put them together. Violence is violence.
Yeah.
Butsukari is sort of violence. I can still think that it might be unintentional. Sometimes. Rarely, but sometimes. But yeah, like, Butsukari and then kick person?
Yeah. Punching the woman in the chest and breaking her rib.
Yes.
First of all, like, he's trying to touch her chest. Fucking sicko. Sorry, I shouldn't have sworn so aggressively, but it just makes me so mad. As soon as they said that, I was like, this is a fucking pervert who just hates women, like, to do that to her, and with enough force to break her ribs.
Yeah.
Like, it's so evil.
What's wrong with the world?
Oh.
What would Americans do if it happens? Sue?
Ooh.
Well, sue.
Oh, I think there would be fights. I think people would attack. I think.
But women, would they attack the big guy?
Yeah, it's a good point. It really depends on the woman.
In
But
this situation, I wouldn't even dare to leave my camera and like do some
yeah,
videos to get this person because they might slam
Yeah.
my phone.
or worse. Yeah, or worse. A lot of American women talk about their experiences just from rejecting guys, the bad things that have happened to them just for saying no to a guy. So if this happens, they already know the guy's dangerous, right? He's already aggressive. Yeah, I think probably most women, unless they had friends with them, or a guy, especially a guy with them, then they might retaliate. But
I can't really say that starting to shoulder check people back is the most noble course of action here. However, I can't help but blame myself for it, as if I deserved this for being a tourist in Japan. How can I at least mitigate getting shoulder checked next time I come back? For reference, I am a Chinese woman and didn't speak much Japanese, so I did communicate in Mandarin to my family. Yeah, this is kind of the sad state of affairs.
Well, but if she was loud, like some people do, maybe it's irritating, but it's not
yeah,
a reason to do violence against such people.
I was thinking too, because of the difficult history between Japan and China. If you guys saw our video about the anti-Gaijin sentiment, you know there are extremists here in Japan who hate Chinese people. So if they unfortunately encountered such people during their travel too, it would be...
Yeah, if
sad.
such things happened when I talk, after I talk,
Yeah.
I would shut up, yeah. Because like,
Yeah,
or
just
at
to be
least like
safe.
lower the voices, or like.
It's so unfair. Of course, it's completely unjust. But yeah, to protect yourself, like, Chinese tourists, I'm so sorry, Korean tourists, be careful, please be careful.
Any tourists.
Yeah, true, any tourists, that's true.
Japanese people aren't really too fond of Chinese tourists, or by any tourist by that matter. But, like, don't get scared. Like, you will have great time in Japan, and 99% of people will be nothing but nice to you. But, you know, there's a lot of tourism in Japan right now, tensions are high, and there will be racist anywhere you go in the world. Quick rant, my spouse and I were walking through Shinjuku station with a local friend to grab lunch. As we walked by the west exit, an older Japanese man punched me hard in the ribs next to my right breast. It was a well-aimed punch as I was wearing a small backpack, so he managed to hit just between my arm and a back as I walked by. Aw, that sucks.
These sick feckers attacking the women in the chest. You know, these bastards have never gotten to touch a woman. And they're like, I hate women, so I'm gonna hit her, and I'm gonna hit her in a way that I'm sexually assaulting her at the same time. Oh, I wish he had grabbed the fecker by the junk and squeezed it. It's so rotten. At first, I misunderstood the post. I thought it was the guy that got punched in the chest. And then she said breast, so I was like, oh... I had to reread it. I was like, oh shoot, it was the woman. Not that it would be okay if it happened to the guy. But you know that fecker was trying to sexually assault her at the same time. Holy shite, it makes me so mad. These guys should get married to the nuisance streamers. They can hate each other and punch each other all day.
And here's what Casemiro is not doing at all.
It's not like the Butsukari will always, shoulder slam you hard, because sometimes they might do other things, like in this woman's case. I was shocked. When I turned to look, he raised both his fists and shook them in my face. In retrospect, I wish I'd grabbed his hand and yelled for a guard, but I just hurried away and he disappeared into the crowd. I didn't post this to scare anyone away from Shinjuku Station or from traveling in Japan in general. I'm feeling a bit raw about it, that's all. That last part that she said is a really good thing to say, and that is also the message I want to leave all you guys with. Japan is a wonderful country with wonderful people, but just like any country, it has its problems and its crazy people. Right now, the government is trying to take countermeasures against Butsukari, for example, by separating the roads to encourage people to not walk towards each other. None of this will really help in the end though, since big cities like Tokyo are gonna have their problems and people like this will always exist. In the end, the scary part of Butsukari isn't that they exist, it's the fact that they've learned how to blend in and you'll never know when you become a target.
Positive note.
I do agree though, guys. Don't be afraid to come to Japan. Come enjoy,
Yeah.
have an adventure. If this happens to you, if you feel like it wouldn't put you in further danger to grab the person's hands, do it and call for a guard, because this is what they recommend to do for Chikan as well. Or if you have someone with you, both of you guys grab the person's hand. Only if you feel like it won't escalate or make this person attack you worse.
Or if the person is like not strong, too strong.
Oh yeah.
They might resist in the painful way, so you never know, but yeah.
I know all about this because we've experienced it, I've seen it, but it just makes me so mad. The cowards. Oh. One time I was on the Oedo-sen. When I lived close to where the Harry Potter studio tour is, I always had to take Oedo-sen. I sat down and this lady with the crazy eyes got on the train and sat next to me. And she put all her stuff on my lap. I'm not kidding. She had so much fucking stuff. She put it on my lap. She wasn't holding anything, but it was all in my lap. I was so fucking confused. I started slowly nudging it back to her, and she went and shoved it back onto me. This happened routinely because she always somehow got on at the same fucking car that I did. One time, I have a sister that looks very similar to me. She used to do it to my sister too. But one day, I was so sick of this shit. She sits down next to me, puts the shit on me. I just shoved it back onto her, put my backpack down so she couldn't put it on me, and she started snarling under her breath. Unfortunately, she always got off at the same stop as me. And I remember I got onto the elevator, she got on with me, and she goes, "Dochika, Dochika." She couldn't tell if it was me or my sister. Everyone else on the elevator was like, "The fuck?" She was right next to me, "Dochika, Dochi, which one is it?" It was so fucking scary. It was so fucking scary. Huh? Adventures in Tokyo.
It reminded me of some episode from Russian, like not sitcom, but I guess there was a small TV show for kids. I don't remember, maybe it was teaching you morals or something, but
Oh.
or it was just random stuff. Yes, there was like episode when the guys on the train, maybe he seen a dream, maybe he was maybe the morals was like he didn't get his place to the elderly woman, so in his dream I think she keeps standing like this empty train, he's sitting and she's standing over him like saying, "Take the seat to grandma." Give your seat to grandma.
That's so scary. That's better than the LSD acid video we put into the first body cam.
See, it just like yeah. It says oh no, I don't remember the word, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Oh, grandma's pissed. He's getting flung out the window.
Well, porcupines.
Oh.
Conscience.
Yeah. Oh. No. Oh, this poor kid. So scary.
The grandma here is much better than the modern one, right? Like modern one didn't feel like this.
Oh, she's running. Where is she running? Oh. No. Go. Oh, sorry. God damn.
That's a horror game.
She's so fast. Oh. Holy shit, Grandma. Good job, Grandma. Wow.
Stamina woman.
No, grandma's faster. Yeah. Oh, he's got... Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm
You didn't expect that!
Holy shit. Well, it was nice knowing you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Ладно, записывайте в ваше общество. Я передумала.
He's
Okay.
though.
Почему?
Oh my god, it's an invitation on Soviet Union, so like, he said like, okay, that's fine. Enroll me in your society, and so it says, Society of Guardian Grandmas. And then I was like, why? Why you change your mind?
Совесть замучила.
Conscience got me.
He didn't even do...
Она.
It's she, it's her. Did you? And did you enrolled in this society?
That's so scary. The picture's so fucking scary. But he didn't even do anything, the poor guy. Oh.
That's just conscience image. I didn't remember this part, to be honest, but
Whoa.
oh, that's so nostalgic. But yeah,
2000.
yeah,
2000.
it's like says November 2000, but they show clearly Soviet like
Oh.
images, which is like so peculiar.
When did it end? Was it
But
like
I think it was-
1990?
Hmm?
Or in 89? That it basically ended?
91,
91, okay.
but still felt like Soviet for a while.
That was way better than the acid one.
Yeah, well, it's more newer than Sausage one, but
If that grandma was doing Butsukari, I would be terrified.
yeah, oh my god.
Not mad though. I'd be more impressed than mad, but terrified also. I wonder if Granny was actually based on this, the game Granny.
Yeah, because it's terrifying, like this look, like
Oh, she was so scary though. Oh my god. Except with the tank, that was just impressive. Well, see you guys. If you don't want to be stalked by that granny or Butsukari people, you have to click the like button and subscribe. You can't click just the one. Unless you've already subscribed, then just like is fine. But that's the thing, if you don't click both, for sure. I mean, she's got a tank. So,
Yeah.
you know, like button. So...
you sound threatening.
I know, it sounded really creepy.
Just yeah, stay safe, everyone, and
Yeah.
thank you for your time with us today. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one, I guess.
Come to Japan. Come to Japan and enjoy. Don't worry about
Yes.
these guys.
But behave yourself, please.
I'm still thinking about grandma.
I'm trying to do Butsukari to you. Just like.
We're lucky we didn't make a new cringe video and slam our faces.
Oh my god.